Hi, friends. Happy November. I just wanted to come in and do a quick update because if you um, had watched my Mundane Midlife YouTube channel reboot, um, you may have noticed that I have not really done an update since August. So I'm joined by my production assistants. I'm going to spin this around. One here and one here. As always, thank you for tuning in for superb camera quality and video quality. If this is your first time hanging out, my name is Wendy. You can find me as Silly Fru on Instagram, and if you are on Ravelry and that is a safe place for you, I am there. I am knitting. Probably more now because the weather is changing. I'm wearing probably my favorite hat I've ever made. It is a barley, so make sure that you drink from some beautiful bamboo and merino that was dyed by Jen, who used to have the Daisy Knits yarn company. I have been extraordinarily quiet because I am I'm wearing my grief sweatpants again. My younger brother died unexpectedly last month. He was 2 years younger than me. I'm trying to find the way to say this without coming on and verbally vomiting all the things. My brother's death was unexpected and was tragic and heartbreaking. And the grief this time around is different. And I cry every day. And I've decided this is okay. I have been quiet because I think that my brother's passing loosened something in me. I envision kind of like when you're seaming something or you're doing a mattress stitch and the start of it is a little wonky, and so if you don't go back and readdress it, it can unravel. And I think that I am in the midst of yet another unraveling, which I've also decided is not necessarily a bad thing. I think when you lose people that you care about, either expectedly or unexpectedly, for me, this feels like a great sifting again, and I am arrogant and a little stompy and also a little humbled because my brother's passing marks probably so much loss. And if you watch the podcast or listen to the podcast when I started it, I think in November of 2009, when it was the Sassy Pants Knitter podcast, if you have watched me since then, you know that I'm no stranger to loss. And my dad dying unexpectedly in 2011 started this period, I think, of at least 14 years of losses. And it wasn't, I think, honestly, until I was up in Asheville with my dear friends and my mander, who was like, it's like every 18 months. And I don't know that I had that frame of reference until I sat down and made a list. And the list was a lot. So I'm moving much more slower part of it, I think maybe 30% of it is sadness and devastation, and 60% of it is trying to be much more intentional and quiet and focused on how I choose to exert energy. Energy emotionally, energy spiritually, energy creatively. I did move my writing from Blogspot over to Substack, and I'll put the hyperlink in the description. And the writing that I'm doing on Substack is probably some of the most vulnerable and honest writing that I've done and made available for public consumption. And that feels like it's like a grief in action. It feels akin to when I cleaned out my mother-in-law's house after she died in September of 2020, where there was like a tri-level home and the bottom floor had to be completely gutted due to a plumbing issue. It feels productive and good. And knitting feels productive and good. And teaching jazzercise feels productive and good. So I'm still here. And my thoughts and focus these days is to just try to cultivate ease. Ease in the midst of yet another loss, yet another heartbreak, and quietly praying to God and my spirits, guides, and angels, whom I've affectionately named the Merry Band of Misfits, to pray that something beautiful can be created and born out of these losses for me. It's so nice if people find my writing comforting, but I want to have something beautiful for me out of this, which means that I'm much more quiet. But I'm still here because I think that I enjoy creating content, and even if it is the boringness of a middle-aged woman with thinning hair and adult acne and cats, I would watch that. I would watch that. So I did want to come in and share an update and tell you kind of where I'm at. I do hope that if you are in the United States, you are warm and you have everything that you need. And as we kind of round the corner on Thanksgiving, that is a peaceful time for you. I think the sadness for me is that at this time last year I was wearing my grief sweatpants because my mom had died, and this is one of my favorite times of the year, and I'm right back in it with the unexpected death of my brother. And the only thing I know to do is move slow and breathe and keep moving forward, because that's what I know to do. So I hope that everyone is well, and thank you for spending some time with me. And knitting wise, at almost 10 minutes in, I have knit I knit the Hat Dana pattern, and it's on my project page. And in nearly 20 years of knitting, I pick things for colors and don't think about the fabric content. I knit it out of some really lovely Green Mountain Spinnery, which is like a really rustic wool. I think it's 100% American Shetland. Lovely, warm, too scratchy for me, so it's getting donated. I'm working on the One Love Hohe Locatelli Mystery Knit Along, which is a crescent shaped shawl, and I will show you this very carefully so that I don't poke out Liv's eyes, because she is still on my lap. But I am holding. I kept seeing ads for Hobby Yarn, which is the yarn company in Denmark. So I bought like a vintage Christmas colorway that was color changing, and then I'm holding it with some Queen City. Hang on. Don't chew my yarn. I'm holding it with some Queen City Surrey to mute it. So this is the fluff, and then this is the Christmas color. So it would be, May, don't chew my yarn. It would be definitely like smack you in the face. This is Christmas. And I didn't want to do that because I, as a girl who started out 20 years ago wanting to knit rainbows and neon colors, I very much am in a neutral place in my life. So I'm going to use this and see how it's, it looks like spaghetti right now because I can't hold it up because, again, high quality videography here. But this is what it looks like now. So it's going to be like a neutral take on Christmas. Hold, please. Look at that. He is precious, but he makes poor decisions. But let's just appreciate him. My built-in alarm clock. I don't even bother setting alarms anymore because he will come at 5 o'clock in the morning to get me and tell me that he's starving and he needs to be fed. So I'm knitting that. I'm also knitting, I am participating in the Downseller Studio Pigskin Party Knit Along. I knit 2 Halloween dishcloths. I had some hobby cotton yarn that was like fingering weight, and so I held it double. And I just did like the mitered grandmother's favorite dishcloth. I knit that. I knit 2 of those. And then I'm also knitting the Shayna Lines Core Memory Cowl, where I'm holding some hand spun, which is fabulous and magical and wonderful. And I'm also using a DK skein of Lolo Did It, the Helping Hippos colorway, I think, which was done in 2017 or 2019. I can't remember, but it is a beautiful pattern and I'm really enjoying it. It's one that I think it's, for me, it checks all of my boxes because it's mindless enough. But that is, I've been knitting on that, and it's got this really fabulous fisherman rib that's got a 2-color fisherman rib, so it almost looks like brioche. I don't mind brioche knitting, but I've got to be in the mind space for it because once you kind of get into it, you don't want to stop because it's rhythm knitting. So I'm knitting. I did participate. I did buy Knit Spin Farm's Bat Vent set, so I will be spinning for Advent in December. I did that last year for the first time and I really enjoyed it. I have to be honest, I was telling Kim and Amanda this. I spun and then I plied the wrong way and wrecked a really beautiful skein of yarn from Southern Cross, I think Southern Cross fiber. And it made me sad, and it also like shook my confidence and whether or not I was smart enough to spin and ply appropriately. So that's me. I'm still here, but this isn't up close. Well, it's not up close and personal. Like, y'all don't need to see an up close of my acne, but this is me doing November amidst unexpected loss and gratitude, and holding both at the same time. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I hope to be back next month with an update where I might actually show you some of the things that I've finished knitting. All right, I'll see you. Bye.